In this section, we're going to see the construction and working of a table fan, the procedure to dismantle and assemble a table fan, and some of the faults that are likely to occur. Though it's commonly mounted on a heavy base, it is a portable appliance which can be kept on a table or wherever air circulation is required. The table fan has both stationary and rotating parts. The stationary parts are guard, body and stand, oscillating unit and gearbox, regulator, stator winding, capacitor, bush bearing, and captive ball bearings. The moving parts are the squirrel cage rotor and the fan blades. The body of the table fan is usually made of die-cast iron or aluminum alloy. It is mounted on a heavy base stand made of die-cast iron. The body consists of stator windings with two sets of coils called the starting and running windings. The regulator, capacitor, and the switch are fitted in the space provided in the stand. Earlier blades were made out of aluminum and now are plastic molded. The number of blades vary from 2 to 4 and the speed is not more than 1000 RPM. The oscillating unit consists of a worm gear on a motor shaft that engages a gear on a short jack with the gear on the vertical shaft. A disc attached to the lower end of the vertical shaft is kept rotating by a crank lever attached to one end and the motor at the other end. This makes the fan oscillate. Now let's see the procedure for dismantling of a table fan. Slide the front guard by sliding the guard clips. Unscrew the blade set on the blade shank bush at the back. Unscrew the hexagonal head bolts and take out the back guard. Unscrew the oscillating knob fixing screw and remove the knob. Unscrew the back cover fixing screw and take out the back cover. Unscrew the link fixing screw to the rotating pivot. Unscrew the pivot pin holding screw from the stand. Remove the motor from the stand. Measure the insulation of the fan winding. If the value is less than 0.01 megohm, then send it for reconditioning. Unscrew the 3 glove screws from the front cover. Separate the gearbox from the front cover by lightly tapping the spindle backward. Take out the rotor. Unscrew the bottom base screw at the bottom of the stand and remove the base plate. Check the connections, resistor switches, etc. and replace the defective components. Faults that might arise in a table fan might be mechanical or electrical in nature. Some of them are fan not running, noisy, not oscillating, magnetic hum, rattling of the oscillating mechanism. If the fan is not running, check the socket outlet for power supply. Remove the bottom inspection cover and check the continuity of the power cord. Check the regulator switch assembly. Most of the 3-speed fans employ the tapped series resistor control as shown here. A dirty switch contact or an open or short resistor will cause one or more speeds to be inoperative. If a fan runs slower than its normal speed, it might have shorted field winding or it may have a defective speed control. Improper lubrication can also cause a fan to operate slowly. If a fan motor does not rotate, check the power cord. It might have a broken core wire or might have lost contact near the plug end or stand end. The fan can be noisy due to loose or misaligned blades, lack of lubrication, worn out bushing, alignment of the blades, loosely fitted guards. If a fan is not oscillating, check the compression stud, worm gear, pinion. Check the spur gear for broken teeth. Check for a bent rotor shaft. If there's a humming sound, check the air gap between the rotor and stator for unevenness. Check the rotor for a bent shaft. Check for a worn out or loose bearing fit. If the oscillating mechanism rattles, Check for worn-out bearings, particularly on the fan blade side. Check the rotor for excessive wear. See if the gear case is lubricated properly with grease. Excessive end play between the compression stud and the cover may also cause noise. To prevent this, use spacers between compression stud and worm gear. In this section, we have covered the construction of a table fan, the faults that could occur in it, and the procedure to dismantle the table fan.